You may have not found a piece of Eden, but this material is invaluable. Look. It says the London assassins had found a shroud.
The Shroud of Eden is supposed to heal even the gravest injury. If the assassins had found something like this, surely Father would have known.
There must be something we're missing.
Something only we can see. These look like directions. Are you coming?
Fieldwork is not really my speciality.
We found a clue to a precursor object. Don't you want to follow it?
Put that way, one can hardly refuse.
Here now. Faster! Go!
I think this map may be taking us to the Kenway mansion.
Kenway? The pirate?
Master assassin and pirate, yes.
How much do you know about the Shroud of Eden?
It's said to heal the sick. Popular myth is that it brings people back from the dead, but the assassin records say that's not true. I've never heard of one being in London, though. Do you really think Edward Kenway could have found one?
He traveled extensively, so it's possible. But if he did, he kept it a closely guarded secret.
But if it's true, what a find it would be.
Indeed. I'm eager to find out myself. It's surprising that you haven't already searched the Kenway house.
Edward's son, Hatham, joined the Templars. When he died, the house passed on to Hatham's sister.
And in all your time in London, you didn't go and have a look around? Weren't even a little curious?
Truly, I didn't expect to find anything there. We've no way of knowing how many times the buildings changed hands. I presumed Hatham would have had it stripped bare before he left.
But if Miss Thorne thinks the shroud could still be there...
If there's a vault, the Templars haven't found it yet.
So the Templars owned a house with assassin treasures stored in it, and never located them.
We must be better at hiding things than they are.
I think this is it.
I think you're right. Look.
I'll be in the study. I don't want to be interrupted unless you have news of the lost notebook.
That makes getting in a challenge.
You still intend to enter?
If this is a Templar stronghold, it won't get any easier. But don't worry. We'll stay well away from Miss Lucy. Shall we? Can you check over there?
Of course.
Another assassin artifact.
Something's lurking.
Something from Edward Kenway's time.
Heard something. I'll take a look.
I'll go and see what that strange noise was.
This should belong to the assassins. That looks interesting.
Still nothing here, same as last time.
Miss Thorne is quite the collector. I can't believe they've kept all of this. I wish Father could have seen this.
What are we looking for?
I'm not quite sure.
What are the Templars not seeing?
Something only we can.
Not enormously subtle, is it?
Clearly Kenway had a strong sense of spectacle.
This is incredible.
The history of the London assassins. Bolt holes, vaults, a hidden key. This is it.
You say you heard music? There was no opening there before.
It's closing!
Yes, I can see that. Help me block it.
We need to find another way out.
You two, get Henrietta. Try to find if there's another exit.
An entire vault, filled with assassin history, left behind once
There must be
again.
a switch somewhere. Check.
We'll just have to reclaim this one later, or find a better cache.
You said you had the piano.
We? I thought you preferred to stay out of field work.
I was thinking more of you and your brother. I shall provide planning assistance from the train.
Jacob's off marauding. There is a vacancy.
Strange. Mad as a marsh is.
Mr. Fry, I trust that you had a productive meeting with Mr. Owen.
Oh, yes, we had the most wonderful chat. I found out the man behind Starrick's soothing syrup is John Elliotson.
Dr. Elliotson, I haven't heard that name in a long while. He was a brilliant heart specialist until he became obsessed with phrenology and mesmerism. It ruined his career. Well, how shall we proceed?
Oh, with all respect, Mr. Darwin, I believe I should proceed alone. After all, we wouldn't want to attract any unwanted attention.
Sounds very wise. Good luck, my boy. Oh, and Mr. Fry, should you find yourself with any free time, please do call on me.
Where would I find the doctor? Ah.
As you've just witnessed, the application of too much pressure can sometimes result in unexpected outcomes. Unfortunately, it appears I've ruined the organ. Send up a cadaver.
At once, Dr. Litson.
I don't care about your ethics. And I care even less about your damn patients. Now hand over your keys.
What are you doing?
Haven't you heard? You're fired. Now bugger off.
How to do it.
While we are waiting, I shall resume my discourse on phrenology, the only true science of the mind. It's beyond the aim to point out connections and relations. Addition to the fundamental brain, and perhaps the manifestations of the mind, is no longer a pervasive phenomenon. Yet, as we have previously studied, phrenology, when rigorously practiced, allows us to discover each from an observation of the other. The science of the mind teaches us how to not only identify, but also how to measure the mental faculties.
Can anyone help me? I'm trapped in here.
What's the matter?
Oh, young man, help. I must speak with Miss Nightingale at once. One of the brutes stole my key, and there's no one around. I can't get out of here.
Stole your
Dr.
key.
Edison cannot be
Don't go
allowed
anywhere.
to continue his
I might be able to do
experimentation.
something.
I must speak to Nurse Nightingale. She will know what to do. Oh, quite. Thank you, sir. Well, you'll know where to... There is something very peculiar about that Dr. Elliotson. Dr. Elliotson cannot be allowed to continue his experimentation. She will know what to do. There is something very peculiar about that Dr. Elliotson. Dr. Elliotson cannot be allowed to continue his experimentations. I must speak to Nurse Nightingale. She will know what to do. His experimentations are making our patients worse. I am sure of it.
Won't be doing that again in a hurry.
There is something very peculiar about that Dr. Elliotson. Dr. Elliotson cannot be allowed to continue his experimentations.
Better see what that was.
I must speak to Nurse Nightingale. She will know what to do.
You should have.
Worse, I am sure of it. There is something very peculiar about that Dr. Elliotson. Dr. Elliotson cannot be allowed to continue.
And said she was fired!
The bugger. We'll get in trouble for this.
What the blazes was that?
Resume my discourse on phrenology. The only truth. The idea that one can point out connections and relations between the conditions and development of the brain, and perhaps more importantly, the manifestations of the mind, is no longer a pervasive phenomenon. Yet, as we have previously studied, phrenology, when rigorously practiced, allows us to discover each from an observation of the other. The science of mind teaches us how to not only identify, but also how to measure the mental faculties of a patient. For instance, this specimen's overdeveloped was found on either side of the lower back of the tail. You have just witnessed is nothing less than the undeniable effectiveness.
Experimentations. I must speak to Nurse Nightingale. She will know what to... You have my gratitude, sir. I shall inform Miss Nightingale that I'll not be working for this asylum ever again.
From an observation of the other, the science of mind teaches us how to not only identify, but also how to measure the mental faculties of a patient. For instance, was found on either side of the lower back of its head. The protuberance, previously measured, established the correctness of both police records and medical observation. I am, of course, referring to the specimen's tendency to provoke assault, and desirable propensities which were wholly suppressed by the use of the suitable serum. Despite the specimen, the soothing serum The idea that we can point out connections and relations which exist between the conditions of fundamental brain and perhaps more importantly the manifestations of mind is no longer a pervasive phenomenon. Yet as we have previously studied, phrenology, when rigorously practiced, allows us to discover each from an observation of the other. This specimen's overdeveloped organs found alongside the lower back of its head, the protuberances previously measured, established. These records and medical observations and the specimen's tendency to influence
Blimey, hold him down, will you? What's wrong with him? He's balmy is all.
Nothing a little syrup won't cure. Haven't you heard? Stocks are low. We can't administer soothing salt without Dr. Elliotson's...
So quiet.
Take that! How hard can it be to fix a bloody crack in the wall? And don't come back! Ugh! Ugh, bloody rats! Here it is, Doctor.
We will continue our experiment shortly. In a moment, we will compare the brains of our two specimens. Since both specimens had a propensity towards violent behavior, we should see similar protrusions in specific parts of their brains. Corpses do not have. At last it ends. Yet I can only think of beginnings. A better tomorrow. Forged with the blood of visionaries.
All I see is the blood of a lunatic.
Do you truly believe murdering an old man will stop humanity's great architect? Crawford Starrick has a glorious design for mankind.
Designs are meant to be broken.
You're a child. A child who believes it can solve all the world's woes with a flick of a blade. Have you ever pondered the consequences of your actions, Jacob Fry? Or did your father teach you nothing?
Doing fine, girl. Keep moving.
Elliotson expired, and soothing syrup production has ceased? Outrageous!
Fry intends to endanger all of London at the hands of the mob.
Or perhaps he doesn't intend much of anything at all.
Thank
but
you.
Simply content to dice with our lives.
The asylum is shut up. Medical care throughout the city is in disarray. He cannot understand the consequences of his actions. The man is clearly an anarchist!
Gentlemen. This tea was brought to me from India. By a ship. Then up from the harbor to a factory, where it was packaged and ferried by carriage to my door. Unpacked in the larder and brought upstairs to me. All by men and women who work for me. Who are indebted to me, Crawford Starrick. For their jobs, the time, the very lives they lead. They will work in my factories, and so too shall their children. And you come to me with talk of this Jacob Fry. This insignificant blemish who calls himself assassin? You disrespect the very city that works day and night so that we may drink this miracle, this tea.
I'm nearing the end of my research. Our beloved London shall not suffer such a bothersome fool for much longer.
And what of the sister I've heard of, Miss Fry?
Miss Fry shall be gutted. Soon enough. Delicious.
Sorry to interrupt, Initiate. Thought you'd like to know that Sean and Rebecca got away from Otzoberg. Berg runs a unit called Sigma Team. Violet DaCosta is his tech support. They've been hunting and killing assassins for a long time. Thank God you're all right.
Oh, tish tosh. It'll take more than a Templar super soldier to end the glorious saga of Sean Danger Hastings.
I was talking to Rebecca.
Right. Anyway, Berg's presence confirms it. The Peace of Eden is in London.
The Initiate's data sync suggests it's the Shroud.
The Templars seem to want it pretty bad all of a sudden. They must know something we don't.
The only thing we know is that we can't go up against Sigma Team alone.
Leave that to me. In the meantime, keep a low profile. Let the Initiate continue to sync the data.
A letter? For me?
Owning the railway wasn't enough. Now Starrick has bought an omnibus company as well. I suppose he wants to control the neighborhood's workers and keep them under his thumb.
Pearl Attaway is Starrick's competitor, is she? Perhaps it's time I went into business.
And Miss Fry, what are your plans?
I studied the history we recovered from the Kenway Mansion's hidden room. I'm off to a certain monument.
A letter? For me?
Iris versicolor, commonly known as Harlequin blue flag. Oh, what's it called again? Salix alba. There it is. Lithocarpus, Fagus sylvatica, Ulmus minor, Taxus baccata. Oh, what's it called again? I didn't know you had a twin sister, Mr. Fry.
Evie Fry, sir. It's a pleasure.
Usually I would reciprocate the sentiment, Miss Fry, but today, I'm afraid nothing will bring me pleasure.
What's troubling you, sir?
I am used to people challenging my ideas. In fact, I live for it, the cut and thrust of spirited debate. Lately, however, attacks against my reputation have taken a darker turn. Threats of violence against my person and against my colleagues. I do not wish anyone to be hurt because of my research.
You helped me with Starrick syrup. I am in your debt.
We help each other, sir.
My brother and I will make sure that you can continue your work in peace.
What do you know of bones?
Only a few of their names learned from books.
Perhaps it would be simpler if I just explained the situation. A few days ago, a German colleague, Dr. Schwartz, sent me a telegram. He informed me he was on his way to London to deliver a very important fossil, you see. In fact, he should arrive at Charing Cross any moment now. Would you ensure no harm comes to him?
I'll ensure Dr. Schwartz's safety and make sure you get that fossil.
Splendid! But please do be careful. You'll find Dr. Schwartz at Charing Cross Station.
She looks right juggins there.
Behind my knee.
It looks dreadful.
No, you'll be fine. That's easy for you to say.
What game is this?
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Oh, I'll hide
Is she
it.
playing a game?
What is the meaning of this?
Mr. Darwin has sent me to ensure you reach him safely, with your cargo intact. Just act naturally.
Right. So, how is your father? By which I mean my dear brother Frank, with whom I grew up, of course. Oh, splendid! Wonderful to hear! I'll do my best not to call attention to how remiss he was in forgetting to warn me about the delicate situation which brings me here today.
Wouldn't hurt to know what the bugger looks like.
What's happening over there? Something going on there? What's the matter? What's that then? Let's see what's happening.
Wouldn't hurt to know what the bugger looks like.
Something going on there? Let's see what's happening.
There, dearest. It will work out.
What's all that about?
There's something strange going on.
Like finding a needle in a haystack,
Something going on
this is.
there?
I've seen much worse than that.
If it's not cleaned properly, a wound like that could fester.
Now, don't go worrying too much again. And it's true. It's true. Right in the mud.
What on earth is going on over there?
Dr. Schwartz?
Never got on the train.
Darwin's fate is sealed. Goodbye, assassin. I did so enjoy meeting you.
I should deliver this to Mr. Darwin.
At last! My heart hasn't stopped pounding. You have it? Wonderful! But where is Dr. Schwartz?
I'm afraid he was intercepted, sir, in Germany. However, I have recovered the fossil.
Dear Lord. I should tell you, I was recently approached by men who sought to purchase all my research on the condition I work only for them. Obviously, I refused. Scientific knowledge cannot be bought. It belongs to everyone. Let these villains do their worst.
something happening?
Ah, my young friend. How good it is to see you. Fortunate, really. It would appear a highly toxic plant, which has the extraordinary effect of making people quite delirious, has been found in this very park. Yet as far as modern science is aware, no such plant exists. I fear the good people of London might be in danger. Will you investigate?
Not your average flower. Mr. Darwin was right about these plants. Oh, I don't feel well. That's one less to worry about. These footprints must belong to a rogue gardener.
I didn't do nothing! What do you want from me?
Come on! Yeah! Mr. Darwin will want to inspect these flowers. Come on. That's it. There you are. Easy, girl.
Well done. But you don't seem quite like yourself, if I may say so. It's just as I suspected. Those noxious fumes are not being released from the flowers, but from the pots. There must be something in there. An hallucinogenic concoction of some kind. Not unlike the soothing syrup, I should think. We must dispose of it, and quickly. I believe, my young friend, that I might know just the place. Who would want to poison the population of London? Who could devise such a nefarious plan? Obviously, it can't be Dr. Elliot's. So who can it be?
An organization my brother and I have been fighting all our lives. Dr. Elliotson was one of them.
I don't need to know more if you do not...
Come on! Yeah!
I'm afraid, my young friend, that some of your enemies want their toxin returned to them. Might I suggest you position our carriage directly in front of theirs? I believe the fumes will impair their ability to drive.
Come on.
done indeed. Now, we must hurry and destroy our cargo. We're almost there.
Faster! Come on! Yeah! Move it! Come on! Slow down.
Can you make out who's there?
The people of London are... Well, I'd better run now. You will take good care of yourself, won't you?
Watch me!
My young friend, today's papers carry a rebuttal of Mr. Owen's slanderous and ignorant remarks about my work. However, I'm feeling quite like a fossil today. Would you be a dear and get me a copy of the newspaper?
Take whatever you want. Help me!
Stop that!
It's not a death.
Let's get a drink. That's enough, my chum. Keep your woman
Need
off.
help surviving the streets?
Anything you ask, just
You saved my life.
Correct. Now tell me, Why have you attacked the newsboy?
A man paid me and my mates to force newsboys to display this leaflet. Yeah, take the bloody thing and leave me alone.
Mr. Darwin will want to hear about this.